chair and pass by Jeff Wolfman, Jesse Pruitt, and Adam Cohen. At on record of 86, Maxwell mark of 0-2.
Hey Trojan fans, we're going lights out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see.
Grand Rehoboth.
back, everybody. Thank you for coming. It was a nice Pac-12 home opener for us. Thought our players played hard, played very good defense tonight, and we're fortunate to win. There's a lot of growth in us still. We're young. We don't shoot the ball well every night. We didn't shoot the ball well tonight. We were streaky. We had a lot of clean looks. But to grind it out, you have to win. We've been winning different ways all season long with 4 freshmen, 2 transfers, and Boatwright being hurt. When you have 17 to 25 points a night on the bench with Boatwright, it's hard. So some nights like this, he probably would have made a big difference. But we've won now. We've had him for 4 games. He played in 4 games. Actually got hurt the first 2 minutes of the 5th game. So to be 15-1. That means other players have done a tremendous job of winning in a variety of ways. Sometimes it's high scoring, sometimes it's you have to defend, and when you're not making shots, you have to get 10 steals like we did tonight, 5 block shots, and play great defense. Well, I thought we got out to a nice lead, and then we relaxed a little bit. They got some clean looks, a couple of layups. They had 6 points in the paint in a row. That's why I call it timeout. And then we played better. You can always defend and rebound, and that's what we did tonight.
Why has this team been adaptable?
We got good players. Certainly not coaching.
What are your thoughts on Metu's performance today? 14 points, 10 rebounds, pretty much consistent all the way around.
Chimezi's had a tremendous season so far. You know, without his partner Benny, he's had to do a lot of different things. He's had to play both positions on the front court. He's had to play the wing on our zone as the forward spot. He's had to guard bigger guys, smaller players, and offensively we rely on him. He made a couple great passes in the first half to get 2 threes, open shooters, and he's just developing into a tremendous basketball player. Jonah Matthews at the front gets his hands on a lot of basketballs. He has 4 steals tonight. I think he had 6 steals a few games ago. D'Anthony Melton, as you know, can steal the ball, gets a lot of deflections, and Jordan McLaughlin averages 1.5 steals a game. So we're still leading the Pac-12 in steals per game, and that helps us a lot because we have to play a lot of different lineups with foul trouble, with the inexperience, and also when you have a key player out for this long. Everyone gets their chance, but we have to mix and match. And some game when they have 2 bigs and we have guards, it's hard to put Elijah Stewart or D'Anthony Melton or Shaquan Aaron on someone 6'10", 6'11" that outweighs them by 60 pounds. So we have to play zone, we have to play, we press, and just try to use our length.
Andy, the team's shooting almost 75% from the free throw line this year. Is there anything different you implemented this year that's caused that uptick?
Well, I think to be a good free throw shooting team, your best free throw shooters have to shoot a lot of free throws, and then everyone has to make improvements. Chimezi Metu, if you look at, he's number 1 because he shoots a lot of free throws, and he was 6 for 7 tonight. He's shooting over 75% on the season. Last year he was under 50, and now he changed his shooting technique when he came here last year, and he's developed an excellent mid-range jump shot, and he's shooting a high percentage from the foul line. And Jordan McLaughlin's improved as well. And he's shooting over 80%. So Elijah Stewart, I think, is around 75, 80 as well. So you just need to keep improving as an individual. It certainly helped our team win a few games this year in tight games. Tonight we were 16-19. And if you look at some of the close games we won, our free throw percentage was over 80%. He's earned his minutes defensively. His overall shooting percentage is not where it needs to be. He's a little streaky. He's learning as he goes through this first season what a good shot is, meaning an uncontested shot. The shooting percentages for contested jump shots at the college and NBA level are extremely low. So as he improves his decision-making, when to take an open jump shot, when to put the ball on the floor, those shooting percentages should go up. Because he is a good standstill shooter. Now, he's earned his minutes defensively. He's our best on-the-ball defender, and he's very active. We just don't know. I wish it was tomorrow. He wishes it was 3 weeks ago. But he had a torn MCL that heals itself. they call it a grade 2 or 3 sprain, which is a partial tear. And the good news is it's healing. He's more stable. He's stronger. He can do some shooting, and he should be able to do some jogging and hopefully within 2 weeks be ready for practice with or without contact. We'll have to see that, and it just depends on how long it takes for him to be game ready. We certainly do not want to rush him back. He has to be 100% healthy before we will allow him to play. But he's working extremely hard at it. He's just he wants to be out there so badly, and we do miss him. But at the same time, really have to give credit to our team for stepping up and winning 15 games, and 11 of those without Benny.
Was that I guess, a result of Benny being out and can't exactly play the same style?
Well, when you have Elijah Stewart at the 4 position, playing power forward, and Shaquan Aaron, who's a guard, and we've had to play a lot of 4-guard lineups. Nick Rakocevic and Charles Buggs, we've relied on them to play and do certain things, and Chimezi Metu to do certain things once Benny was injured, and Jordan McLaughlin. So we've had foul trouble. We've had other guys that have had off nights, and so you just have to try to find a rotation that's working throughout the game, and try to come back to that if it does work. And some nights are different than others. Actually, I can't remember the last 7 or 8 games when the same 5 guys have played great together. We've just different players have stepped up, and they've all taken their turn. When 2 or 3 have off nights scoring the basketball or defending, the other 4 or 5 guys will be good enough to win games.
Coach, can you describe your play and the contributions of DeAnthony Melton, starting in the lineup, of course, and it's listed here officially in the program as a 3-guard lineup. Very unusual, Pac-12 and, of course, Division I, but to be able to do that is a big tribute, I would say, to DeAnthony Melton. Would you agree on that?
Well, DeAnthony can guard multiple positions, first of all, and he's an excellent rebounder. He only had 4 tonight, but he's averaging 5.5 rebounds a game at 6'3". He's averaging almost 2 steals a game. So he does a lot of things, as you notice. Even when he doesn't rebound the ball, he's in there tipping it or being physical. So he's able to help us and play bigger than he really is. Mm-hmm. And so forget about scoring. Yeah. He helps this team defensively and on the glass. And he's also a secondary ball handler to Jordan McLaughlin. He's learning to be a playmaker. In high school, he wasn't a point guard. He was just a kind of like he is now, where he just does everything. Yes. Now we're teaching and giving him the opportunity to develop his playmaking skills, and he's doing a great job at that. But forget about he made 2 threes tonight. We took Jordan out with 5.5 minutes left to give Jordan a blow, and DeAnthony makes 2 back-to-back threes. So for him to step up and make that, it says a lot about his confidence and his development as a player early in his career. And
secondly, Coach, points off the bench, you dominated here, as the stats would show here, 22-15.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, our
big
bench,
difference.
We have a lot of guys who could start. We just bring them off the bench, and we expect them to play hard. Well, we've started 4 guards the last 6-7 games, and tonight we wanted to start big. So we started Nick at center, Chimezi at power forward. We put Elijah at the small forward and DeAnthony Jordan at the 2 guard spots. So Shaquan did a great job when he was in there tonight. Made some nice plays, and we went to zone when he was in there, got some steals, and so as I said, our lineup is not set. We have a lot of guys that could start, could not start, and we just need, and on any night, they need to be ready to play and contribute. I prefer man-to-man, but we do have a pretty good zone team with our length and our aggressiveness, and I like to mix it up, though, as a head coach. I believe that sometimes teams have trouble when you switch defenses. They can't get in a rhythm, but at the same time, you got to be careful, because if your team's better at something, but our team seems to be pretty good at both. And with our small lineup and our big lineup at times, it just makes sense to play some zone. Well, with the new rules, if you put your hands on, and so they have to play with their chest and their feet, not their hands. So any hands this way or that way, and fighting for post position, it's the same thing. If you're wrapping, it's a point of emphasis here in officiating to clean up some of the physicality and some of the grabbing and wrapping and throwing into post. So our players have done a good job. At times, I think they need to get lower and fight for position with their legs. But Nick is learning, like Chimezi. If you remember, Chimezi averaged 4.5 fouls a game in the Pac-12 last year. Benny Boatwright 4. Now Nick Rakocevic is picking up where they left off last year. Can't keep him out of foul trouble because he has to learn. And it's a process, but Chimezi and Benny, before he got hurt, were much better at that in their second year.
Talk about being 15-1. I think being consistent is just has to do with being confident. This season I've been a lot more confident. I'm going to come out every game and play the way I have to. And being 15-1, I mean, it's great, but the season's still a long season ahead of us, and we just have to take care of each team game by game.
What is Benny being out?
Just being more of a leader out there, and now I'm taking more of a scoring role, and I mean, just being out there without Benny is it's different, but I mean, we've adjusted really well this season.
Development of you guys getting comfortable playing that style?
Yeah, I think so. Oregon State did it to us in our first Pac-12 game. We responded. Oregon did it in the second game. We didn't. And I think our guys are the new guys, the freshmen and the transfers they're catching on to how Pac-12 play really is. And we adjusted really well from Oregon last week. And we just came out today. We knew they were going to try to be physical, and we just responded.
Chimezi, is it easy for you to switch back lineups with Deshaun Watson?
Yeah, it's not that much of a difference. I could play. I mean, we have positions, but I mean everybody on our team is really just versatile and can play multiple positions. But yeah, forward guard or two bigs out there is pretty much the same for me.
Well, I first came here, my main thing was not defense. It was scoring the basketball, but Coach Enfield is a defensive guy, so if you play defense, say you'll play. So I don't like people scoring on me. I don't like our team getting scored on, so I take it as a pride thing. So now it's giving me more playing time, and I can also score the basketball, so defense is the key to playing time. Competition practice is always great, always at a high level. We have a lot of guards who can make plays. So when we go at each other in practice, it makes me better. It's elevated my game to another level. So with a lot of guards, it helps your own talent. So it's really good. It's pretty fun in practice, and it's very competitive. Yeah, because defense is like a focal point. It's like if you stop the ball, you'll score. So like I take pride in defense. If I stop somebody, then I'll probably score more. So it helps my offensive game as well. So I just take pride in defense now that my coaches expected from me since I've been doing it past 16 games.
How is that now that you're playing together?
I mean, when we first played each other, I only like him because he had like 40 on us the first game. He was dunking all over me and my teammates, so he's talking trash to us. So I don't even like him. But when I came for my visit, he took me in like as a brother. So I came here, and now it's like I'm one of his little brothers, and it's been a great transition for me.
Like he said, I just try to when we were playing against each other, I knew he was good. I knew Coach was recruiting him after I committed, and he was a really good player when we played against him. When he came on his visit, Coach Hart told me that he was one of the main guys that we had to get, and I tried to take him on my wing during this visit. And since he's been here, pretty much all the freshmen, I try to just kind of show him around, show him the ropes, and what to do and what not to do, and it's been really fun.
You guys were using more press tonight. You guys like playing?
It was fun. I mean, Coach Enfield was pretty much known for his run and jump kind of coaching style when he was at Florida Gulf Coast, and we kind of went away from it so far this season. But we went back to it today, and it was comfortable. We worked on all practice, all practices leading up to today, and it wasn't much of a difference.
From like a guard standpoint, it's like we want to run. Coach to emphasizing running because we've been running the past couple of games. So we want the full court pressure guys. We can get out and get steals and easy baskets like we got tonight.
Is something you guys feel like you're going to be playing this many four-guard lineup or can help you guys?
Yeah, definitely. Our team's really deep, so I mean, we just go out there and just play hard for however long you're out there. And if you need a sub, tell coach, and just have confidence that the next guy you put in is going to produce as much energy as you used to.
And here we are at the post game. It's after the press conference, and now we're able to speak one-on-one with Chimezi Metu. And Chimezi, a great game tonight, a big win. We want to congratulate you on that. But your thoughts on a 15-1 start in your second year here at USC?
It's been really great, really fun to be a part of, and we just got to keep it going. It's a long season. Especially in the Pac-12, a lot of great teams, and we just have to stay focused and try to win each game.
And a lot has been placed on your shoulders with the absence, of course, your partner, your teammate, Benny Boatwright, due to come back possibly shortly. Okay, coach says not sure yet, but he will be a big asset to have back. But in the meantime, a lot of the load is placed on your shoulders. Your thoughts on that?
I just had to adjust. He takes a lot of pressure off of me, and he puts a lot of pressure on the defense. But without him being out there, I think teams are starting to focus more on me because I'm the only really big guy that's out there consistently. And but I mean it's been a tough adjustment, but I've dealt with it pretty well.
Well, speaking of getting to this point now, we're into a full season. Now it's Pac-12 time, and every game is a big game. But in between, from the end of last season to the start of this season, you were very busy in the off-season doing the work, putting the work in. Tell us how that went for you.
I knew this coming into this season after a lot of our guys left, transferred, went to the NBA. I knew I had to come in ready. And I put the work in every day over the course of the summer. I went to a couple camps over the summer. I was at Adidas Nations, and I learned a lot there. I made it a point to myself to go in there and try to learn as much as possible. And I came back here over during the summer, and I relayed what I got to my teammates. Now we're here. During the season, the work is showing.
Well, you're an inspiration, of course, to the team. They look to you for leadership. But in your second year, in a big game tonight, let's talk about Stanford being here tonight, and you took care of the home court, or Pac-12 home opener, and you guys prevailed. A big win.
Yeah, big win. They're a tough team. We knew that coming in, and we just knew they were going to try to be really physical with us. We came out, responded really well. Didn't get caught up in the talking and whatnot, and we just came out and just played our basketball.
As I say, put your hard hat on and go to work and take care of business. But personally, a double-double in scoring and I believe in rebounds. Okay, but a very good game. 6 out of 7 from the free throw line, a couple of blocks, and one stat that we sports writers and people that cover the game know that although it's not kept as a statistics, there's a shot alteration category, and I know you have to feel that because you were very in attack mode on defense. And when players go drive to that hoop, they know it's just not an easy layup. You may be around to divert that. Your thoughts on how you're feeling causing that to happen around the league now?
I just like you said, I just try to be aggressive on defense. I know shot block is one of the things that I do. It's one of the things how I got here, and I just try to be the anchor on defense. Whether it's a pick and roll coverage or whether I'm the last guy in the paint, and I just try to be really aggressive.
And of course, as you do attempt to make that block, although it doesn't become recorded as a block, it's a missed shot anyway, and then off you go from defense to offense right away, and then you get into the scheme of things. Coach Enfield is very happy that you are developing, and it's a question of maturity and getting better and better.
Like you said, we a lot of the shots that are outside, they turn into missed shots and try to get out and run. Coach has been emphasizing that the last couple of practices, and we try to get out and and play fast basketball.
Okay, we're going to see you again.
Yep.
Metu.
All right.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
And off to a great start. Keep it up.
Thank
okay,
you.
we'll be back to see you more often. Okay, this is Rico Cabrera, Eric Sarni covering Pac-12, the first home game for the Trojans, and they come out victorious, 72-56 over the Stanford Cardinal. We'll be back with more coverage of the USC Trojans and Pac-12 here on East LA Sports Scene. Take care, and we'll see you soon.